For ribs done right, slow cooked to perfection, come to Lady Louise's place and get authentic home-cooked comfort foods at reasonable prices. Come in today for great lunch specials like these. 4-bone rib sandwich, $5.95. 3-piece whiting fish sandwich, $3.99. Cajun turkey wing, $5.95. Chicken leg and thigh, $1.99. Join our rewards club and get $5 off your next meal. We cook the way Big Mama cooks. Lady Louise's on West McNichols at Greenfield. Call 313-273-3663.
Computers for only $200? That's right, computers for only $200. Let All About Technology get you started. Get a computer for only $200. And don't forget, if you need any assistance or computer help on your existing computer, we can help. Hardware, software, network, you name it. All About Technology can do it. Call 313-218-4888 or go to www.allabouttechnology.com, the home of the $200 computer.
Welcome to Josephine's Food for the Soul, where we make eating a pleasant experience. You can taste the love.
Whether it's our delicious barbecue ribs and chicken or tasty sides, you can just taste the love. Join us on Fridays for hot fish guaranteed to make your mouth water. Don't want to leave home? No problem. We'll deliver. For delicious home-style cooking, stop by. We are located at 18,000 East 9 Mile Road between Kelly and Gratiot. Call 586-362-8155 to place your orders.
I'm fabulous. Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. I'm fabulous.
Young cat got back, did a little bit. Now we hardy, puffy, tough, do-rag and Tim's. Kinda hard to get a job back out on the block. Charge that to the game. Young girl, she grew up in a rush. Had it bad, no doubt. She don't know who to trust. Every man she ever loved only wanna crush. Charge that to the game. But it's all.
Good evening and welcome to Expose Under the Sun, which is brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper, bringing you news and information not readily found in mainstream media. I am your guest host, Carolyn Anderson. I'm standing in for Sharon Dumas, who is out today. We have some fantastic guests tonight. We have Hassani and we have Shelby. How are you both?
Good, we're doing well. How about yourself?
Great. This is a couple, and I mean have a fantastic concept. They're a married couple, and I'll tell you, you want to listen to what they've got to say. You have an organization you call, what is the name of your organization?
The Twin Flame Coalition.
The Twin Flame Coalition. What is that, Hassani? What is that? What does that mean?
The Twin Flame Coalition is a movement that we're looking to imply all across the country where you put your best foot forward in order to make your relationships thrive. We're seeing a habit of where many relationships aren't having purpose, not resolving issues, and it's because they're toxic. And because of that toxicity, they're not able to do what they need to do in order to make those relationships work.
Fantastic. So you all are about helping people improve the quality of their relationship, particularly marriage. And there are some things they need to do that.
Exactly.
Oh, I think this is awesome. Listen, if you want to call in, I tell you, this is exciting. If you want some advice and information about your relationship and how if it's toxic, if there's something you can do to cleanse that toxic, they're going to be here. They're going to tell you how to do that. So now I understand you all have something coming up in the near future that people can check out.
Yep.
What do you got going on?
Yes, absolutely. We have an event coming up on April 22nd.
Yes.
From 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's very open. It's very informal. We're just going to talk to you. We're going to talk about the 5 love languages.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about the 5 love languages that I believe was developed and motivated and promoted by someone named Gary Chapman.
Yes.
And he talks about how to use these 5 love languages to communicate with your partner, to communicate with team members, co-workers, family, things like that. And we want to express what those 5 love languages are and how to use them to build relationships with other people.
See, this is fantastic. Excellent. So how can a person register or become a part of that?
Go. We will be there at 3 p.m.
And where's it located now?
At the Lion's Den on Woodward Avenue.
Okay. And so you can show up, just call?
Go. Just go.
show
We'll,
up.
we'll be there.
Awesome. Great. So to have that open forum to talk about
Exactly.
it. Oh, we got a caller already. Okay. Caller, are you there?
Good afternoon, or good evening.
Good afternoon. What would you like to say to this couple?
Yeah, I have a question regarding situation I'm in. A friend of mine recently broke up with his girlfriend, or they on a separation, and he's been staying with me for about a week now. And I'm trying to figure out how to get him back home. Do you have any suggestions?
Let's see. Hassan, can you help the gentleman out? He's trying to get him home.
Get him home.
Ooh, goodness.
I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much. So it sounds like there are some things that went on. I think we need to back up a little bit and talk about the premises that this couple have in terms of how to cleanse that relationship and how to get it on the right track. Is that something you may want to tell them, that's the jump start, that's the beginning, or?
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, where I would first go with this is if this relationship was toxic from the get-go, and if it wasn't going anywhere, then it may be the best to let that relationship end and to move on. Now, if they were able to come together and say, hey, these are my faults, here are your faults, are we able to work these out and push forward, then I would say go ahead and move forward with it. But not all relationships are good relationships.
Now that's very profound. That's good. So, and you're saying there's some tools, some things they need to do. You have to be able to open and talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think you also talked about what you consume in your body influence the way you think. Can you talk about
course.
that?
Well, the thing that we don't realize is what you put in your mouth daily has a direct correlation of how you treat yourself and other people. So if you eat toxic food, then you're going to be a toxic person. More times than not. Food isn't always the main culprit, but it's a big one.
This is very interesting. This is very important because many times people don't know why they're in a certain mood. They don't know what's going on, but you're saying they need to first start examining themselves.
That's correct.
Okay, and also in that relationship that you said, they also need to look at what did I contribute to this?
Yep.
Exactly.
And what did they contribute?
Yep.
Now, do you all work with couples?
Oh, yes.
So
Absolutely.
how does that work?
And even in this situation, the brother who just called in,
Yes.
we would help somebody who said, hey, help me get my boy out of his house. Now, the thing I love about working with friendships, because we work with couples, but we work with all relationships as well. The thing I love about working with friendships as well as male-on-male friendships, y'all just real with each other. It's like, you gotta go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And just like when we hide behind fake food, when we hide behind sugars and starches, he's hiding at his friend's house.
Yes.
What are you hiding from? What are you afraid of? What happens if you go back and either apologize or ask her to apologize?
Wow.
Or call her out? Because right now you're just hiding at your friend's house. It's been a week. It's been a week. Are you helping pay bills? Are you gonna stay there for a minute?
No, you're getting into some really practical things. I think that's a good set. That, you know what? Listen, if you're out there, you want to get some insight on relationships. Is it toxic? Is it not? What can I do? Is it me? Is it him? Is it they? Whatever.
Exactly.
This is a chance to call in. This couple has done some research. You have done some studying. I understand you all have studied under some great people as well and have done some great research. Is that right?
Oh,
Of course. Actually, I would first say our first teachers were our parents and our grandparents.
Absolutely.
Very good.
My father was into the health when I was young. He was a farmer, so we spent many of our Saturdays on the farm. So I knew directly, about food and how it correlate, how the body works and everything else. Her grandfather, who was actually a mentor of mine, brought the consciousness with the food. So, it all blended together. And then we have the beloved late Dr. Kiefer Weatherspoon. I was one of her interns before I graduated college. And our chief of our tribe, Dr. Ali Muhammad, really set the tone for us. He was the one who actually told us to fast before we got married. We fasted for 33 days with just liquids. And that was able to help us get clean so we could start a new chapter on a clean note.
You know what? That's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. So you all are challenging people to make some changes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
If you want a better existence and a better relationship, you need to check. Oh, we got another call. I just know you're calling. Okay, hi, caller. Are you there? What would you like to add to this conversation?
I would like to ask the panel, why is it when some men get divorced, they attempt to reconnect with an old girlfriend?
Oh.
It's comfort. It's an easy way to hide your feelings, or for that other person to give them the comfort that they want.
And to feel superior, don't you think?
And similar to food, comfort food. Is that what you're looking at too?
Yeah, I mean, you want to find that comfort, and if you're not getting the love, the affection, or intimacy from someone else, or from the person you just broke up with, then you got to go somewhere.
Exactly. And you're more than likely to get it from someone who may be less experienced and may not know all that's what's happened in your life. You just want a fresh, clean, innocent slate, someone who's just fun.
So they go back. So I think she said they go back
But wouldn't
to
it
someone.
make more sense for them to heal before they reach out to someone else?
It would, but at the same time,
That may be.
the glorious thing about feminine energy is it's nurturing. So when you go to that ex, you know that you can come with an open heart, and if she's accepting him, then it's an easy way to accept that comfort. Now, this may be something to challenge, but that ex could be a medium for him to heal, depending on how it's mediated. You know, if he needs someone to talk to, if he just needs that touch, that hug to say it's okay, depending on where they stand, because not all, exes, are, helpful, but it really depends on what's the intent. Is he really coming to her to be consoled, to be comforted, or is he just, going back for an easy, quick fix?
Okay. Because, thank you, caller. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
Because if I'm understanding right, you all are about people dealing with their real issues.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, and also you said deal with things on the inside, whether that's emotionally, is what you're eating. Because, many times it's not so much what you're eating and what's eating you.
Yep.
Yes.
Food contributes to the way you think.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we don't know if this man or however he's thinking, but he does need to deal with those dynamics perhaps before he move on to create a whole new dynamic.
Of course.
And I think that's sometimes where men or women can get confused because, like Hassani said, if they were lacking something in their previous relationship, or they thought they were lacking something, they thought they were lacking that feminine energy, they may go for someone younger. They may go for an ex because they may feel like this is what I need. This is my healing. But the healing begins within you as well.
So that's a misnomer then. They could be fooling themselves in a sense,
Right.
thinking that
Exactly.
this is just a bad. Oh, so if you're out there and you want to know more about relationships, and so you're not just dealing with male-female relationship, you're dealing with other combinations of
Exactly.
relationship. Is that right?
Exactly.
If you're having some issues with your mom, your dad, or moms, if you're having issues with your children or you, there may be. I mean, that happens too. So listen, if you're out there, please give us a call. This is an exciting subject. I'm hearing what you eat will determine how you treat people and yourself.
Has a correlation, yes.
There's a correlation.
There's
Yes.
the correlation.
So what foods are bad for you?
Where do you have, how much time do you have? Because
Drive down 8 Mile. Just
let's-
say no.
let's go with all,
Right.
and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for
Well,
it.
we don't have to name the companies, but what types of food are bad? Is it red meat?
The
Is
red
it-
meats, the pork, all the flesh, all the processed food, anything white, potatoes,
sugar? No-
flour, exactly, because those things have no nutrition and they're what you call empty calories. So when you eat all that stuff, yes, you get full, but then you get hungry, after a certain time later because your body's still craving those nutrients.
Not to mention what it really has done to the chemistry within your body.
Exactly.
So if you're eating something that is eating you up inside,
Literally.
Exactly.
it's going to be a problem later, right?
Exactly, because you eat a candy bar and you eat a Snickers. Oh shoot, I did it. You eat a candy bar and you feel full.
You do. You feel pretty
full.
good for
you
a
feel
moment.
pretty good for a moment.
For a moment.
And then that sugar crash happens.
Wow.
And then you say, oh, God, I kind of want another one. Or I'm still hungry. And you go get a pizza, you go get a burger, something else.
Yeah,
you're
something
missing,
quick.
Exactly. But you're missing the point that your body isn't craving food. It's craving nutrients. Where are the nutrients? The nutrients are in the water. It's in the fruit. It's in the vegetables. It's in the whole grains. It's in the
Wow.
truth.
You know what? This is interesting. And I think you talked a lot about water before we went on. How
yeah.
important water.
Yep.
Water's, I'm going to say this, water's more important than food.
We need a lot more water than we drink.
Your body is what, 75%, 80% water? Your brain is 80% water. How can you complete a thought if your brain is thirsting for water? Have you ever had a thought and you're about to convey that thought and then you go, I forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It's because your body's dehydrated and those nerves in your body are not getting to the brain so you can convey that message. Headaches, so there's so many simple symptoms that we see every day that can be fixed just with drinking water.
So, because, many times I know I have walked into a room to go do something. I forget when
And
I
you
get
forget.
there. I don't know, and I have to go back.
Yep.
So that happens to a lot of people, perhaps to you. So, so this is something we can start doing with our family, feeding them better. What types of foods should we start looking at? Because if you're talking about cleansing the body, we need to change things that's in our cabinet.
Yes.
In our what types of things should we be looking for, or what?
Excuse me. First, stop going to food with labels. Stop. Just stop. When you go to the supermarket, we all know where it is. When you go to the supermarket, the fruit and vegetables are right in the middle. Start there.
Okay.
They're on the outside.
They're on the outside. The fruit and vegetables?
Yeah.
Depends on where you go.
When you go to more supermarkets, all the produce is around the perimeter. All the junk is in the aisles.
We go to different grocery stores.
She's lying.
Well, I see. I love your humor too.
No, I promise. Go to a major supermarket and just pay attention. Just stop and look where everything is. I guarantee you, the milk, the bread, all the vegetation and fruit are on the parameters, and then all the chips, the cookies, the cakes are within the lanes.
Well, yeah,
That's
I
fair.
know at
Okay,
the checkout,
now I
at
see
the
what you're
checkout
saying.
rate, you get a lot of goodies at the checkout.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Let me grab this. It's 89 cents. There's no apples there.
So we have to consciously think this thing through.
Exactly.
So apples are good for you. That's what I think I
course.
hear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then what other kinds of
I
things?
mean,
do you have to strictly just eat fruit and vegetables or what?
Produce.
Yeah.
If it comes from the earth, eat it. And it's funny because we've all been that. We've been meat eaters.
Yeah.
I love to cook.
Okay.
I was an athlete. I played football at CMU, and we ate. We had to maintain a lot of calories to keep our bodies to maintain to knock each other upside the head.
Right.
But you have to go to what's on the trees, what's in the ground, what's in the bushes. And I used to laugh at this because when you go to a supermarket and you pick up something that has all these chemicals and all these complicated things on the label, if you can't pronounce it, why are you eating it?
You know what? You make a good point.
You don't know what it is when you see it.
You make a good point. You actually make a good point, and I'm sure you would agree. So let me ask you this. Would you say that families who have a lot of chaos and dynamic and drama, that there may be something going on in the kitchen before they get to the dining room table?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really something what we're cooking. We need to think what we're feeding our family.
Think about it. The meat industry.
Okay.
You are consuming not only the flesh of these animals, but you're taking on the aura of these animals. So if you're
eating a swine,
if you're eating let's take swine for example. Caged up. Okay. Uncertainty. So there's the anxiety, there's the fear, there's the frustration, there's the paranoia.
Yeah.
You're eating that.
Wow. I don't think I've ever thought of it like that.
Yeah, you're eating that. Not to mention, if you think of the characteristics of a pig is a really stubborn, jealous animal.
Yes,
he
is.
If you notice, go ahead.
Okay, you're doing good. You guys are. I have never had this many calls in before. Caller, are you there? Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what do you want to say?
The brother just hit the same point that I was thinking just as I was dialing. He hit that point about the fact that you are consuming not only the flesh, but the DNA of whatever you're consuming. And if they were raised in fear, then that same fear is what you're consuming. And as science began to emerge more and more with the understanding of how diet affects our psyche, we're going to discover that there's something to raising an animal and killing it a certain kind of way if you just wants to eat meat.
Right.
I like to put a twist on this conversation, if
Yeah,
I may, that
absolutely.
might throw you all off for a moment here. If you look in the Bible, the book of Genesis, you'll see two situations. You'll see a situation going on where there was Cain and Abel, the story of Cain and Abel.
Yep.
The both of them brought this sacrifice to who they thought was God. Cain brought living things, fruit from the ground and things like that. Abel went and killed something. Abel was accepted as well as his sacrifice, whereas the living, the one who brought the living, was not accepted, nor was his sacrifice accepted. And the God there said to him, if you do like he did, then you will be accepted too. So what did he do? He killed something. So I guess Cain decided, I'm going to do one better. I'm going to kill my own brother. And as a result of that, he was accepted. So going back to what the brother said about the living food versus something dead, it crosses a whole bunch of dynamics that we have never even thought about because of how we were raised to eat, what we were raised to eat, this myth that if you pray over it, it's going to all of a sudden lose all the chemical poisons that's in it.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's food for thought, to coin a phrase.
Well, I'll tell you, caller, we thank you so much for your contribution. You have certainly given us something to think about, right?
Oh, I'm already ready
And
for
thank
it.
you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Go right ahead.
Well, think about it. If you look at our teeth and how they're designed, we weren't meant to eat meat.
Okay.
Look at our teeth aren't sharp. Our teeth are flat.
True.
And so that's why you have to cook the meat. You have to boil the meat. You have to season the meat. A real meat eater doesn't have to cook it.
A lion is not going around trying to make steaks.
Yeah.
So you guys are really, really, truly purists in terms of certainly watch what you eat. It makes a difference.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
it's like, show me a family that eats right, and I show you a family that lives in harmony. Is
Yes.
that safe to say?
Yes, I can say that.
certainly
Closer
has
to-
that has the
Closer.
basis
Yes,
for living in harmony.
there we go.
Yes,
There we
definitely.
Okay, because it sounds like once you get rid of that premises of the toxic, you've got something you can work with.
Yes.
Of course. And just to go back to what the gentleman was saying, that's why a lot of religions have dietary laws.
Exactly.
Yes.
A lot of them do. And here's the thing, and I'm challenge a lot of people here.
Whoa.
We have that issue of if we pray over it, it'll be okay.
Yes.
If you notice, a lot of people in our community are dying.
High blood pressure and all kinds of.
Of course.
Diabetes.
And our teacher, Dr. Kifa, broke down the word sin, which is called self-inflicted nonsense. So you're not dying because it's your time to go. You're literally taking yourself out.
Wow.
It's your punishment.
It's, you know what? This is straight to the face. Now,
Yeah.
this is direct, and
Yes.
it's going to save people lives.
Yes.
Do you two work with couples? Now, I think you told me that you work
Yes.
with people.
yeah.
Oh,
So if
absolutely.
someone out there wants to set up a consultation with the
Yes.
two of you, they can do that. Tell them how they can reach you. Is there an email, Facebook,
Yes,
or what?
absolutely. Myself and my husband, we do run the social media. I mostly run the website, and I'm the one in charge of setting up the appointments and things like that. So if
Okay.
you want to talk to myself, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to set up a consultation with just my husband, you're more than welcome to do so. You can meet us both. Everything is listed on our website in terms of pricing, in terms of how to do it, how to go about setting it up. TwinFlameCoalition.com.
Also, say that again.
TwinFlameCoalition.com.
So this is a movement, and it's starting here in Detroit. So if you want to improve your temple, improve your relationship,
Yep.
and just move up and have a better life
Yes.
and existence,
Yes.
you want to contact Twin
Flame,
Flame Coalition. And I like that. Flame is keeping it hot, keeping it burning, and burn up those things that are not needed. So listen, if you're out there, get in touch with them. You know, we're wrapping up our time. You guys have been a terrific guest.
thank you.
No, we appreciate you.
Excellent, excellent. I've learned so much from just talking with you two. So if you want to get in touch with him and you want to do better, also that workshop is where again?
That workshop is going to be on Woodward
Date.
at the date is April 22nd from 3 to 6.
Okay, just show up.
Yep, at Lion's Den. We will be there. Come talk with us. Free wine. We will also have other beverages as well, juice, fruit, things of that
that's
nature.
great.
So
Awesome.
vegan vendors, right? We're gonna be there.
It's fantastic. So thank you again for watching Expose Under the Sun, which is brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. If you would like to be a guest on the show or advertise on the show, just give us a call at 313-457-5944. Until then, we thank you for watching and see you next week.
Hi, Mommy. Hi, Daddy. I'm Faith.
Young cat got back.